We're joined by Lauren Slebodnick, a native of the Queen City, Manchester. And Lauren, congratulations.
Thank you.
New member of the New Hampshire Legends of Hockey, the class of 2021. And we were just chatting briefly off the air. Your start was with Manchester Youth Hockey. I know you remember West Side Arena very well.
West Side Arena, yep, my home base. I grew up just probably half a mile from there, so it was pretty easy to get there.
Yeah, there you go. And you're a great goaltender over the years. Were you always a goalie?
For the most part,
Yeah.
yes. I would have to say that my goaltending career started even before I was on the ice.
Really?
Yeah, my older brother started hockey before me and thought that it would be great to dress me up in my dad's old catching gear and rip pucks at me in the driveway. So it's pretty
You had the mask, you had the catcher's mitt.
Yep.
That's how it started for Lauren Slebodnick. So, talk about your goaltending journey that led you to Cushing Academy in Massachusetts.
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I was pretty much always the only girl on the ice with a group of boys, which I didn't really mind because it was pretty much how my home life was too.
Yeah.
And just loved the sport, kept playing. I think I enjoyed the sport as much as I liked beating all of the boys as well. And, just as, time went on and I got better and I became more committed to the sport, I realized that, I wanted to play Division I ice hockey. And unfortunately at that time, there weren't a lot of opportunities in high school for girls.
Yeah.
And so, I was playing for kind of the travel leagues in New Hampshire until I kind of hit high school age and then went off to Cushing Academy. And there, I think I missed playing with the boys a little bit when I first got there. It was a little bit of an adjustment,
Yeah.
but it ultimately worked out because I got to go to one of the schools of my dreams. So.
Yep, went on to Cornell and played for the Big Red there, and certainly while you were there, participated in a lot of postseason action at Cornell.
Yes. We were. I was very fortunate to be there when the program was kind of at its peak. I mean, it's still, one of the top-ranked schools, but we made it to the NCAA quarterfinals all the years out I was there, and 2 times at the Frozen Four. So it was pretty special, and I consider myself very lucky to be there with an excellent team and good coaches. So.
Yeah. So it had to be quite an experience.
It was
at Cornell, and after that went on to play professionally for the Boston Pride of the National Women's Hockey League.
Yeah.
And tell us about that experience.
So it was starting out. There's a lot of kinks here and there. It was certainly an amazing opportunity to play post-college. At the time, there was only the Canadian Hockey League, which did have a team in Boston, but again, totally voluntary, no equipment covered, no travel expenses really, and everything was just because you wanted to keep playing and you loved the sport. So it was amazing at this, right when I finished college, that there was this new opportunity to play locally in the Northeast. Very competitive. A quarter to a third of the league was composed of USA players or Canadian players, and so the fact that the quality of play and the level was so high, but that there was also a component where they supported you. You had equipment, you had a modest salary, but something, and so it was just a great opportunity that happened to be available right when I had finished school.
Right.
So
There you go. Well, it worked out, and you're still very much involved in the game.
Yeah, so I've always loved coaching. Even throughout high school and college, I would frequently, do goalie camps or come back and coach, USA development camps that I always went to every summer. I did take a little bit of a break when I went back to grad school, but I'm actually starting to work with a newly developed team in Western Mass, Western New England University. Their inaugural season was last year, but obviously a little bit abnormal because of
right.
COVID, but this year they're back in full swing. So they're just getting on the ice now, so I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things.
So
with
you
hockey.
certainly enjoy the coaching aspect of it as well.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. And what else do you do?
So my full-time job, I work as a physician assistant in an emergency department out in Western Massachusetts. In terms of other hobbies, I'm very active, love to go for hikes with the dogs. I make trips back to New Hampshire every so often to see my family who still all lives here. Like to travel and yeah.
Well, again, we congratulate you, Lauren, on
Thank you.
your induction today into the
Thank
New
you.
Hampshire Legends of Hockey, and richly deserved, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.